Hello, my fellow Shogun 2 players. Zaript here with Majutsu. Hello.
Hello.
And today we are going to cast a game between BossTycoOon and Twig from RTK clan against Stella and Proteus. Freak my mind. I mean, how can I forget their clan, right?
It's Battlestar.
Battles, man, like, I guess it's because it's such a late at night, and as usual with our streams, I didn't really prepare much, unfortunately. Yeah, but at least I managed to ask Majutsu which tournament it is, and it is actually Apocalypse Cup, and it is third round. And he already told me that this map Caldera weren't picked by RTK team. And why is that important? Because Boss just loves the map. Not sure about Twig.
he's gonna kite all day on this map if he can.
Yeah.
Twig, I'm not sure. He can take bogens sometimes, so maybe he picked the bogen, but I'm not sure. I haven't checked before.
Yeah, well, it's one of the bigger maps. And honestly, I think for 1v1, map should be around this big. For 2v2, maybe even slightly bigger. Then it would make a sense. And it's a proper design in terms that we always speak about. All dojos in the middle, so red line camping is pretty much impossible here. Want to camp red line? Do it all the way, who cares? Like, just sit there all day.
Is a quite distance between the dojos and the red line. Well, if there are buildings on the side, but those are only key buildings in bigger games.
Yeah.
In 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4.
So personally, I think this is a decent map design in terms of dojo positioning. A lot of people would disagree, as this map rewards skirmishing game and evasive gameplay. So people who like to rush and decide the game really fast in a brawl, they would probably dislike this map. But I'm personally not a fan of mindless games. I prefer games which require some maneuvering, which depend on positioning a lot. Well, I wouldn't call Rush mindless, obviously. There is a lot of preparation, there is a lot of thinking about different ways
there are
to approach.
Different kinds of rushes. The thought-out rush, the well-timed rush, and the straight rush, mindless, click attack orders, done. That sort of rush.
Yeah.
But those are the easiest to deal with, usually.
And actually, I'm still seeking to redeem myself for not remembering Battlestar instantly, like Stella and Proteus from Battlestar. We were watching, going through that Rus TW forum, watching through all tournaments. I think there were a couple. I'm so bad with names, but I remember Battlestar tag very close to quarterfinals of first A1C. I remember at least that much. Not sure who it was now. But if you guys interested, and you should be, because we are coming into Rome 2 era soon, probably, it makes sense to take a look at the history of Shogun 2. And probably the two best lists of tournaments that were ever played are on Rus TW forums. Not sure if maybe Italian community have something like that, but for me it was quite an interesting read. For example, I never know a player named Saber. I have no idea who that is, but apparently he was pretty good. Anyway, game is starting. So will you go in general details over the builds of RTK team?
Okay, so not fully going over everything. Boss has a melee with a bow. He has Yari Sams, 3 of them on the left. Then he has other detachment with no touch. He's on the right with a 10 in front of it. Cav, light cav. Next to his Jenny has 2 Yari cav. And another 2 Yari cav and light cav on his right.
Doesn't seem like a kiting build.
No, it's more of a rush build actually.
Yeah. Oh, and he already manages to catch Proteus Yari cavalry. Almost. No, they will run away.
Bokev. Yeah, well, he lost 3 men. Nothing initiative.
Yep.
And for Twig, he has also strong cav. I see for Yari cav. Spirits of Shitsukatake and 2 light cav.
Oh,
he has
look
2
at boss.
Matchlock Monk.
Shows that charge. Boss's light cav did get
yes.
into that Matchlock Samurai. Didn't kill much.
But that's a good charge, not losing that much of his light cav. Oh, but they might rout. If they rout, that's bad. Because they're close to the red line.
Bane, you see what pull out does to your cavalry?
Yeah, exactly.
He did pull out. Who did rout?
Twig, the remainder he has 4 Nodachis and a B-Sam level 9 with Inspire.
Yeah. So
and hello, Prussian Prince.
Hello, yeah. So we are casting Apocalypse Cup. So pretty much 2 rush builds with only 2 matchlocks, and that's the whole skirmishing contingent for TK. Now for Battlestar team. Still have, it seems, leadership gen with some melee stats. No bow enable. Proteus have full bow gen. Well, at least to 200 range. 2 bow cavalry
Katana
for
Sams.
for Stella. He have Katana Samurai, both rank 6, interestingly enough, which means somewhere should be rank 7 Yari Samurai. There is no hold firm present. I don't see any hold firm units. So this is interesting choice with this Katana Samurai. At least it makes it difficult for boss to rush him, at least frontally. There is 2 matchlocks, increased range matchlock warrior monks, and matchlock samurai. It's
some decent cav charges on the other side of the battlefield. Trying to get into the gen, and Bokav killed some more, but nothing else.
Okay. So for Proteus we have 2 Great Gods. Yes, they are both vanilla, number of light cavalry. He have bow cavalry as well, so there is 3 bow cavalry on the field at least.
Units, my lord.
Nagi attendants supporting this, and much like Ashigaru. Here, much like War Monks of Proteus got charged. Attendants, Ward attendants. And he shows at least 2 Nagi monks rank 4.
Ooh! Yarikav pulled out of a Great Guard, and the Yarikav is wavering.
Yeah.
And yeah, those were, well, not exactly failed cav charges, but in the end he did lose all of his cav Twig here.
Yeah.
So, actually, I think Battlestar is in a much better position here. Because if they're gonna do anything, Twig needs to move all the way around, otherwise he will attack uphill. And Boss is in pretty much the same position. He has a detachment there with Yari Sams, but he can't really engage with them. Because they're just way weaker than what Stellar has.
Indeed. And in fact, attackers in this game are Battlestar team. But since they took so many skirmishing units, you can see that...
That's why it's so strange that they took a melee rush, at least Boss.
Yes. Well, maybe he oversmarted himself. That happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
He does that sometimes.
Yeah. So let's see. General, so far not that much of a kills on a bow gen of Proteus. Let's check bow cavalry 31, decent on 1. So 25-39 on kills on bow cavalry of Stella.
There is also an archery dojo on this map, so they don't want to lose their cav and then to get it's a risk.
Indeed.
I'm not sure what they're gonna do here.
Yeah. Well, if it comes to a pure rush force, I guess RTK team have an advantage. They didn't invest. Like, they should have around 2000 Coco advantage, considering all cavalry, all bow cavalry.
Well, I think Proteus definitely is the weaker in regards to melee infantry. So if they're gonna rush anyone, they should rush him. But then he has compensated that by having strong cav, great guards.
And take a look at this small skirmish here. BossTycoOon, Twig did use BP Sam to bait a volley. So these much like War Monks out of a game right now. Well, they still get some kills, not much, but I guess it's a
Boss
good
is
use.
pushing on his right with the melee gen and his Yari cav. So if you can get behind, I think Proteus now is in a bad spot. They pushed back with all their cav. That's not good, because now Proteus is open for a nice flanking attack here.
Well, on the other hand, Proteus have built with a lot of staying power. He have a couple of Nagi monks hidden in the forest. He doesn't show them yet, but he showed them at the beginning. He have BP Sam here. Waka Raiders for BossTycoOon already wavering. I'm not sure why they were leading this charge.
I'm not sure why Twig didn't just engage this Mashaka with his cav. From the flank, that would have been perfect. Would have routed pretty much all those units here.
Yeah, well, I would say if I had to describe game so far, I would say bad timings all around the place.
Yeah, Twig's BP Sam already wavering, fighting a Katana Sam Stellar he's gonna lose his BP Sam there. Yep, routed. Didn't even use Inspire yet.
Wait, which BP Sam? Actually didn't notice.
Between the workshop and the archery. It's now
Twigs!
shared.
Yeah. Because I thought maybe Stella have his own BP Sam.
Yeah,
Where is it?
Yeah, he has his own BP Sam. He's still in his main army, I think. Is it?
No, well, Proteus obviously have his... Oh, Proteus BP Sam actually got destroyed by these Nodachis, but they managed to rout Waka Raiders before that. And I think Proteus might have made a mistake here, committing his remaining Red Guards and Light Cavalry against this Nodachi.
Getting shot up by matchlocks.
Yeah, doesn't look very good. But
Boss also managed to get into the bow cav and the bow gen, but Proteus does get them out.
Yep. So, mistake from Battlestar team at the moment, I would say that they allowed the whole army of Twig and cavalry of BossTycoOon to take on Battlestar pretty much alone. Now Stella's forces try to move in. He did send his BP Sam, his Yari Samurai, but it seems a bit too late. Because Proteus army have a low morale due to being bow general. He did invest in bow cavalry, he did invest in Red Guards, which he's thrown away near workshop. It looked good at the beginning, but now, because of this strategic, I would say, mistake of Stella...
Yeah, they let Boss and Twig Scav get behind them in the flank. That's just not what you want to do. You want to stop them, because now they're in the back, there's nothing really that you can do. You can't counter all those units.
Yeah, but how can you stop it? That's another question.
Well, they had great guards and good cav, they could have. And maybe switch one of those monks also to support.
Maybe. Okay, so melee gen of Twig getting more casualties from his own matchlocks than from this Katana Samurai, I guess. And so now Stella in a terrible spot. He can't decide which units should defend against BossTycoOon and which should help against Twig. I would say
it's over.
I think there is still chance of some stupid mistake. But very unlikely. Very unlikely. Now 2 bow cavalry from Stella going to be thrown away, and Boss for some reason decides not to charge them from behind. I don't really understand why. He could have routed these 2 bow cavalry right here, right now, I think.
Yeah.
But he decided to charge these Naginata War Monks.
And now he gets rear charge off on the bow cav.
Yeah,
but
I think...
Stellar doesn't have any Hold Firm or Banzai units, so...
Yeah.
But then again, Boss is pretty late in reacting, and his Nodachis are lagging behind. So Twig might be gone before the Nodachis get there.
But at this point it doesn't matter, because all kiting power pretty much lost. Well, there is still Bow General, 14 man, Matchlocks getting charged. Yeah, I guess this still could theoretically cost RTK team a game. The fact that infantry of boss started moving a bit too late.
Yeah. But some of these Nodachis are gonna get a good downhill charge, so I'm guessing that's gonna be fine. Also,
And-
rear charge is coming in.
And by this point, RTK team actually owns both melee dodgers.
Yep. So that should be enough to make these... Oh, actually, boss has a level 9 katana and with Banzai as well.
Yeah, well, not as well.
Yes, he has two of them.
He's only one on a map who has them.
No, but I thought he only had Nodachis.
Oh, okay.
And the katana Sam stumbled over her own feet.
Yeah, it actually was looking at that too. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't only one man, there were like couple men who... Ah, look, he isn't charging! Sorry, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, what the hell? He has movement orders.
Yeah,
Now he's attacking.
some strange stuff. Well, I don't see this game... Like, Twig still have actually quite good positioning on his matchlocks. There is just no way to retreat for Battlestar team.
Yeah.
Twig also very good at shooting his own Chen, I should say. He charges.
Almost dead.
Yeah, he charges exactly unit which getting shot by his matchlocks. His general will rout, no questions there. After his rally wears off.
Well, maybe Stellar Forces route sooner, so the general stays in combat because it's high morale.
No, 4-man, unlikely. Well, Battlestar
Katana
General
Sams are just-
is dead.
Mm.
Yeah. Actually, this Katana Sam so far did an even exchange on this Yari Samurai. Oh, no, it was another Katana Sam. Okay, then it makes sense. Yeah, game is over. Interesting. The game that initially looked Battlestar way, clearly looked Battlestar way, but with their builds, they somehow allowed their opponents to corner them. I mean, they could have killed BossTycoOon while Twig was flanking, for example. I don't know, at least try something. Because with skirmishing build, you need time.
Yeah. Well, initially they had the better position, but just you don't want, like I said before, you don't want Cav in your back or in your flank. And I think they pulled back a bit too much. Well, instead, Proteus should have closed off the gap with his Cav and some monks.
Yeah, and just so that you know exact army compositions, I will scroll down for you guys. Spears of Shizugatake, I actually see it only from...
Uber light Cav.
I only see it from Twig and Faddle and Prudence, honestly. Not a bad unit, to be honest. Not a bad unit if you want cavalry superiority, but don't want to waste retain on these guys. How is it?
That BP Sam. 13 kills, 97 losses. Such a waste.
Yeah.
But for Proteus, it was his best unit, but I'm not sure what he killed.
I honestly think the game was sort of over when Battlestar team lost cavalry. Like, I don't know, Proteus could have done much more with his great guts in this game.
Oh, definitely.
It's like suddenly these remaining two matchlocks of Twig became like game deciding tool. Like, no cavalry. When your opponent have cavalry, you will lose your matchlocks. Your opponent will most likely still have them. So let me scroll down more. Yari Sam, Yari Cav. Well, BossTycoOon still have Nodachi. 2 Katana Samurai. Interesting build. 7 melee Cav. Stella really loves this durable Yari Samurai.
Well, they are
rank
strong.
5 and
And
7.
He must have used Renyo, so they have insane defense and they're really strong and still reasonably cheap.
Reasonably, yeah. Well, his Katana Samurai, I'm sorry, just to finish, they did still get okayish kills, but...
Well, level 6 katanas are really good, but only... The fact they don't have Banzai compared to Nodachi, that makes them not as useful.
Unreliable. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching. I will stop this recording here and see you in the next game.
See ya.